Hello everyone, this is Dr. Vishal Gyawali again, and today I want to talk about something that I keep getting asked frequently about. It's about preparing for the ACE exams, and even as of now, I keep getting asked by parents or students about how to prepare well for ACE exams and how to get good grades. First of all, I think the context has totally changed between when I took that exam versus today, when I took the exam. It used to be called SLC exam, school living certificate. It used to be a percentage-based system, and getting a good percentage meant a big deal. It was it made a big difference in a career. But now I assume that ASE is not as big a deal. It's not, I guess, a do or die situation like it used to be in our times. And obviously, there is no system of vote first or top 10. So I guess the overall grade matters more than the rank now. But having said that, I guess if it is helpful to anyone, there were a couple of things that I used to do. And again, my memory might not be on my side because I took SLC exam in 2003. It's almost 20 years ago now. Wow, I have grown old. 20 years. Doesn't feel like that. Anyways, so I guess in my time, we used to have 8 subjects: English, Nepali, math, science, social studies, health education, and additional maths and additional computer science. And we used to be, in our age, we had to answer questions from both grade 9 and grade 10. And I guess nowadays you have to answer questions from grade 10 alone. But I guess the key is, no matter which level of exam you are preparing for, it is to study for passion, study for your interest, studying to find out things rather than studying for exams. And that's what you do throughout 80% of your school year. But in the 20% of your school year, like when the exam is nearby, when you are actually preparing for the exam, the strategy should be different, because you need to prepare in order to get good grades in the exam. And that strategy might be different from the strategy that you use to learn more and to fulfill your passion about knowledge and information. So while preparing for the exam, I think you need to have like a schedule or a timetable to allocating appropriate time for the subjects based on their importance, as well as the level of comfort you feel with the subjects, and the amount of work you need to put in order to get good grades. So making a routine and sticking to it, that is very important, because we make lots of routines. I used to have friends who used to make a new routine every day because they can't stick to what they have thought they would do. So that is important, to make a routine and to stick to it. And when it's a matter of a high-stake exam, I think especially a couple of months before the exam, it's okay to make some sacrifices, postpone some pleasures like watching a movie or going out on a picnic. I don't know what young people do nowadays, but you can postpone those pleasures until the exam is done, because you'll always have time for doing those. But the exam, you may not get a second chance. And the other thing is, you need to take care of your health, because if you fall ill right before the exam, then that will have bad consequences. You need to take care of your health. You need to be in a very supportive environment. If you are with a family, then that's ideal. Even if you are studying alone, you need to take care of yourself, because who else will, right? And especially during the exam, in the exam hall, it is more important to concentrate on the exam, to concentrate on the questions and not think of the outside world. Even if there are questions that you don't know about, that you haven't read about, you can always worry about it after the exam. You can always feel bad about it after the exam, but don't worry about it within the exam period, in the exam hall, because that will have negative consequences on your other questions that you already know about, that you're already comfortable with. And if it is a difficult question, probably it's difficult for everyone, not just for you. So at the end, it probably doesn't matter. So, in fact, now that like 20 years after my SLC, now looking back at so many exams that I have taken in my life, most of them, they don't even, they actually don't matter. It feels like it matters a lot when you're taking that exam, but now I can see that those are all experience building process. Those are all there to teach us life lessons. And, none of them were as high stake as I assume them to be. Of course, pass fail is a big deal, but plus minus a couple of marks, I guess that's not that big a deal. So yeah, that's all I have to say. As I said, it has been a lot of time since I took those exams for myself, so my memory is not helping me to give more tips, but that's all what I can say. In the next video, probably I'll talk about +2 students, and then medical entrance, and then MBBS, and then I might talk about after MBBS. I can give you a brief summary of what I did and how I'm here, or what my journey looked like, in case it is a benefit or inspiration to anyone. Thank you. Bye.